So today I'm going to show you how to assemble a PDF pattern for sewing, and the PDF patterns come in a lot of different ways. They come for clothing, for accessories, for bags, anything like that. And so there's a couple of things that we need to do so that we can take our pattern from just separate pages into a complete pattern. So the tools that we're going to need to assemble our pattern today is we're going to need a glue stick, or you could use tape if you like, paper, scissors, and then I also have a dull rotary blade and my ruler and mat so that I can trim these pages really quickly. So we're going to start with maybe just half, well, it depends on how many sheets of paper you have. I would say I would cut no more than about 4 or 5 sheets at once. So I'm going to take my pages and I'm going to trim off this left side on the dotted line and the top on the dotted line. So to do that, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to flip my papers around and place my ruler, and then I'm just going to cut right up there. So the top and, sorry, the left and the top. So these can now go in your recycling bin. So I'm going to continue doing that same thing of trimming the left and the top edge on all of my pieces of paper. Okay, so our pages are trimmed, and we want to make note of on our pages where we see any connecting marks. So here on this one is a letter D with a circle. So when we go to match up our pages, we want to make sure that we match up whatever icon is in the corners. So I will take, this is my first page, and then I'm going to match up my 2 icons here. So they're both the letter D with a star. And I'm going to lay them just like that, make sure they line up. And then I'm going to use the glue stick to apply some glue. And I really like using the disappearing glue sticks because it helps me know if I have glue in the right spot. So most PDF patterns will have some sort of diagram so that you know when you need to go on to the next row of pattern pieces. So I'm going to continue doing that, just adding glue and lining my pieces up until I no longer have something on the right side of my page. And if this happens, like you accidentally cut the wrong side, don't worry too much about that. So now that this row is finished, I'm going to set those aside to dry, and I'm going to continue going with my next row of pattern pieces here. So now I've got all my pieces, and working backwards, we're going to start assembling our different layers of, our different rows of pattern pieces. So this one, because it is a letter K, it's going to go on this corner over here. So I'll add my glue here. Then this one over here, because I cut the wrong edge off, we're going to need to tape that. So I'm going to get the tape. So I've got some tape, and the method for joining your pieces together, you can use a glue stick, you can use tape, whatever your preference is, either one works. All right, so I have this part finished. So now I can take this first line of pattern pieces that we stuck together and move it down, and then line up my rows here. Your other alternative, if you don't want to trim, is you can leave your edges on your pattern, and then you can line up just by eye and looking through your 2 layers of pieces. That's fine too. Now I'm ready to cut out my pattern with paper scissors, no fabric scissors here. The great thing about a PDF pattern is most PDF patterns will come in layers. So if you open it using Adobe Acrobat Reader or anything that reads PDF, you can actually go through and choose only the layers that you want to print. So it makes it much easier to know which line to cut on. As well, if you are making a garment and you need to grade between sizes, you can easily print the layers that have the measurements that fit your body and then grade between those sizes to get a perfect fitting garment every time. So this particular pattern is a pattern from Jolie. They are in Canada, and this is for a barbecue apron. So this pattern is called the Galaxy 2, and I am cutting out the Phoenix apron. So now we've got the pattern pieces that we need to make our barbecue apron. And I didn't have to go to the store. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.